Hey there, hey there, hey there, hey there, hey there. Hi, hello, 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 hello. How are you, how are you, how are you, how are you? My name is Jettison. But as always, you can call me Jets. And that's Jets. You're on my channel now, which means that you're in a quiet and a safe space. We're gonna do another little role play tonight, and I'm going to be pretending to interview you for a job. Questions are going to be odd, characters are going to be rude, so just a heads up. And also, if an interviewer ever treats you like this in an interview, just leave. Don't deal with this. Okay, so with all that said, we are going to get started. Hey there, my name is Jets. Yeah, it's nice to meet you. Have you been waiting long? No? Okay, well, I would just like to point out that you are late for your interview. You said you got here 10 minutes early. Well, I don't know where else you've interviewed, but 10 minutes early is still late for me. So, just a little heads up there. I am going to be deducting some points from your overall score. What are the points? Well, it starts at 100 and it can only go down from there. You can't get better than 100. And I'm already deducting like 10 points for being late. Yeah, so just try and do better from there. I do have your resume pulled up over here on my laptop. Also have some questions written down that I'm going to ask you. So can you just confirm your name for me as it's stated on your resume? Yeah, because sometimes people will submit resumes and it's not actually even them. So just state your name. Okay, and how is that spelled? Yeah, it's right in front of me, but I'm just double checking to make sure that you're who you said you are. Okay, and what was that last name? I've never heard that ever in my life. Okay. Are you sure that's a real surname? Okay, you said you have cousins, but who doesn't? Okay, so, how old are you? Okay, you look quite a bit older than that. Do you have a lot of stress in your life? Are you just not feeling well right now? That's how you look every day? Okay, good to know. And where were you born? Okay, I've never heard of that town either. What state is that? Okay, so you're from out of state. That's probably why I've never heard of it, to be honest. Okay, so I would also just like to point out that your resume is ugly. Yeah, it's probably one of the worst resumes I've ever seen. Visual-wise, like, there's nothing that really stands out. Just, I look at it and it makes me sick. Yeah, like, there's no pizzazz to it at all. There's no photos. There's no, like, cool blocks of color. Like, visually, this resume doesn't do it for me. And honestly, I'm kind of surprised myself that I even called you in here, but I'm going to blame my secretary for that, for scheduling you. So you're also going to deduct a few points for how ugly your resume is. So this interview isn't starting off super great for you, but hopefully we can get better. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and start with the questions. I don't have anything to offer you, like water or snacks or anything, so if your throat's dry, I'm sorry. You're just gonna have to swallow your spit. Okay, so the first question, how did you find out about this job? Okay. And do you know anyone who works here? I don't know that person. What's their last name? What do they look like? I don't know anyone that fits that description. Okay, well, to be fair, I don't know everyone that works here, so I'll just double check that later. Can you spell their name for me? Okay, and the last name? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've never heard of that person in my life. I don't even remember interviewing a person like that. But I will double check and I will talk to them after your interview and just get like a good like read on them about what they think about you. Okay, yeah, it's fine. So this job, we are like a family here. You know how a family has like a mom and a dad and maybe a brother and a sister, maybe like some weird cousin that no one really likes, but their parents don't take care of them, so you guys kind of have to take them in. Yeah, this is kind of what that's like. We really value each other and we treat each other like a family. So you know how you would never turn your back on your family? Yeah, never turn your back on your coworkers either. I expect you to be here as much as you are at home. Sometimes, honestly, even more. So, if you are down with that kind of culture, then you'll definitely fit in here. So, we're gonna go down your resume, and I want to first ask about your high school, like career. So, what kind of grades did you get in high school? Yeah, I know you wrote down your GPA, but that doesn't really tell me what kind of grades you got. Like, go through your classes and tell me what grades you got. Okay, so I see you're pretty much like an A student. Okay, 1C right there. Are we still in your freshman year? Oh my gosh, you took a lot of classes. Were you top of your class? Okay, interesting. Okay, so yeah, a couple B's by the time you got into your junior year. Okay, so how many people overall were in your grade? Okay, and you graduated at what number? Interesting. Do you think you're better than people? Okay. Well, can I ask you, did you have any friends when you were in high school? Or were you just like a nerd? Okay, can you tell me the names of those friends? And like maybe their phone numbers, if you still keep in contact with them, so that I can just like double check. Yeah, maybe use them as like a reference. Yeah, I know you have references on your resume, but I'd really rather hear from people that knew you when you were in high school. Yeah. Because as you know, no one changes after high school. Yeah, no one has a glow up, no one grows. You are exactly the same. How do you spell that? Okay, and their number? Okay, the next. Phone number? Or email address? Or even Instagram. I'll take people's Instagram too, because, you know, I like to see what kind of photos people take. Okay. So, when you were in high school, did you have a bully? Or were you a bully? Going by your grades, I'm going to assume that you didn't bully anyone, but did you have a bully? Okay, and what would they do to you? Oh, really? Yeah, that's a little rough, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I've seen anything like that outside of a movie, so it's interesting that happened to you in real life. Does that deduct points? No, that makes you relatable. Okay, so were there any good-looking teachers in your high school? What, everyone has a crush on a teacher at some point? Just answer the question. Or do you want to lose points? Do you want to lose points? Okay, that's what I thought. Tell me who your hot teachers were. And also maybe their Instagrams. Was it a man or a woman? You had some lookers in your school, apparently. What's that person's Instagram? Okay, I'll look that up later. Enough about high school, so we're gonna move on to college. It says on your resume that you went to this college, is that correct? It is correct? Okay, well that's interesting because that means we went to rival schools. Yeah, so why did you choose the rival school? Like, did you think that you were too good for the college that I went to? Okay. Yeah, you're gonna lose a few points for that. Yeah, because let me tell you, my college was top tier. We had excellent classes, excellent teachers. Did I ever go to my classes? Sometimes. I was too busy partying. Did you party in college? Yeah, I didn't think so. Because I'm like kind of a nerd. That you weren't really any cooler in college. It seems like you just focused on your studies. Did you not play any sports? Like you didn't, involve yourself in any clubs or like volunteer work, or did you do any kind of Greek life? Some volunteer work. Okay. And oh, you were involved in a poetry club. Wow. You didn't have to tell me that, to be honest, because that's a little bit embarrassing for you. But to be fair, I kind of expected an answer like that. Deducting a few points. So my next question, did you experiment while you were in college? You want me to clarify? I don't know how I could get any more clear than that. When I say did you experiment in college, I mean like with your sexuality or with drugs. Hold on. You don't have to get up. Don't get upset. Don't get upset with me. We're a family here, okay? And family knows everything about you. So just answer the question. Just answer the question, please. And I want detail. Give me every detail you can about your experimentation in college. I want full names. Okay. You got any Instagrams? Give me those Instagrams too. You really did that? Okay. Maybe you're gonna earn some points now. I'm a little bit impressed with that, I'm not gonna lie. What would you rate that person on a scale of like 1 to 10 of like attractiveness? Okay. Saucy. Okay, and so did you experiment with any kind of drug? No. Okay, well, I won't take any points for that, I guess. We do drug test here, so you do have to pass a drug exam. And when I say like pass a drug exam, if you do like the cooler drugs, it's fine. So after you graduated college, what did you do? Okay. Why'd you go back there? Okay, so do you have student loans that you have to pay back? Yeah, I totally get that. I'm actually not paying mine back, because what is the government gonna do besides subsidize my salary? I don't even really have a salary. Yeah, everything goes back into the company for me. Technically, I'm a trust fund kid, so I really don't even need this job. I just kind of do this for appearances, so my parents don't cut me off. Yeah. Technically, my father owns this company, so it's just a little bit of chump change for me. Okay, so let's say in 5 years, where do you see yourself? 5 years. Okay, is that like still with our company, or do you think you've like grown beyond us? Let me tell you, there's no better place than here. Okay, like I said, we're a family. still your final answer? Okay. Good luck with that, by the way. So, another little, like, juicy question. Do you have a boyfriend? A girlfriend? Maybe a they, them? What about a partner? Are you married? Okay. Let me just write down those real quick. Names, Instagrams? Yeah, I just like to see what kind of people that our potential employees date, because that lets us know more about you. Like I said, we're a family. We need to know everything about you. We don't keep secrets from each other. No. So do you plan on having kids anytime soon? Are you pregnant right now? Yeah, I did just ask you that. Are you pregnant right now? Okay, yeah, I'm just checking because you never know. Because, like, if we were to hire you right now and then it turns out that, like, 6 months you go on maternity leave, that's not really fair to us, you know? Because we hired you to come here and work. We didn't hire you so you could just, like, come here and have a baby, you know? Like, we are family, but would you force your mother and your father or your siblings to take care of your child for you? Yeah, that's what I thought. So, I'm gonna mark that down as a no. So, going along with that, do you have any, like, disabilities that I should know about? How about, like, a mental illness? He doesn't have a mental illness now. Honestly, they come up with new ones all the time, so it's good for me to, like, keep track of them. Yeah, I feel like every time I look up, there's some kind of new mental illness. So, do you have any? What do you mean I'm not allowed to ask that? Listen, I am trying to accommodate you. Like, if you have a disability and you need help with something, like you can't perform some kind of activity that we are asking of you, then I need to know. It's not gonna interfere with your hiring. Like, we're not gonna discriminate against you for having a disability or mental illness. Honestly, a lot of people that rise to the top have something wrong with their brain. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like me, a little bit narcissistic. My dad, a little bit of a sociopath. My mom, she is on Vicodin all the time. Yeah. So if you have a mental illness, I'm not gonna judge you. I'm not gonna judge you. Unless it's like a really dumb one, like, you know, depression. Who doesn't have depression? Is that the only one you have? Are you lying to me? Would you lie to your family? Okay, that's what I thought. Okay. So, moving on to the next question. You got a little bit pushy with me on that one, and I don't really appreciate that, so I think I'm going to deduct some points from you just for being a little bit rude. Because, like I said, I'm trying to accommodate you. So, what church do you go to? You don't go to one? Well, let me just say that religion is a way to bring the family together. Like, all of us at the company, we all go to church every Sunday. No, it's not extra pay, but it really helps with, like, morale. Yeah. So, would you maybe consider converting? Okay. Well, I think I'm gonna have to deduct some points for that because, like I said, it's pretty important, like, team building exercise that we all go to church on Sunday. Yeah, sometimes it gets a bit crazy. Like, sometimes we'll get some mimosas and stuff, like, you know, Sunday brunch. But if you don't want to go to the church, that's fine, I guess. No one's ever really refused before. I'll have to talk to my dad about that. So I'm down to my last few questions for you. There's just 5 more. Just 5 more questions. Do you think you can humor me? Now, you're not going to lose points for these questions. You're already kind of low. I'm not going to lie to you. So just answer these as honestly as you want to. It's just 5 more questions. You got me? Okay. So for your benefit, I'm not even going to write these answers down. You can just answer as honestly as you want to, okay? Okay. So the first question is, do you think you could take me in a fight? Well, let me just say, I do hit the gym like every single day. I do Pilates. So do you think you can take me in a fight? You sure about that? Okay, well, how about after this interview, we like glove up? That sounds good? Cool. Okay, so what's the password that you use the most for like all your logins and stuff? Which is the one that you use all the time? Why do I need to know? Just for purposes. Like I said, no secrets with your family. So I need to know what password you use the most. And my mind is like a steel trap, so I don't have to write it down. If it's a bunch of long numbers or symbols and stuff, trust me, I'm gonna remember that. Really, that's the password you use? Do you use that for your bank accounts? Okay. Well, maybe you don't have enough money worth stealing. So, next question. Have you ever been convicted of a felony? Really? Well, I knew you were a nerd, so that question seemed a bit far-fetched anyways. So, I want you to tell me what this is. Yeah, and I need you to, like, tell me in detail. Let me get a little closer to you. Yeah, keep explaining to me what this is. What would you use this for? Do you think that you could use this as a weapon? Not in a fight against me, no. But do you think you could use this as a weapon? Well, I only asked because there might be vampires in the basement, so this is just a precautionary. Don't ask questions. Don't ask questions. I'm the interviewer, you're not. But it might be a good idea to just keep this on you, like strapped to your belt or something. Maybe in your bag. But get you some of this. Because you may need it. Maybe just, like avoid the basement. Okay, and the last question. Honestly, it's the most important question in my opinion. What's your zodiac sign? Really? I kind of got that vibe from you when you walked in. I'm not gonna lie. I myself am a Leo. Yeah, I bet you could tell. Oh, you don't really know much about astrology? Okay, that's fine, I guess. That's fine. Well, just so you know, your sign and my sign don't really get along. But I'm willing to overlook that if you are. Okay, well, I think that is going to be the end of our interview because that was all the questions I have. So, I am excited to tell you that you got the job. What? You don't want the job? Well, you're missing out. Yeah, this is a great place to work. Like I said, we're a family here. We all hang out every Sunday. We all have garlic strapped to our belts or in our bag. And that's a family. It really is a family for me because, like I said, my dad owns the company. But if you don't want to work for us, that's fine. You can just send in the next candidate and don't let the door hit you on the way out. Okay, it was nice to meet you. Bye.